Hello, everyone. My name is Jessper Maquindang, one of 6 national vice presidents for JCI USA. Alongside me, we have our awards program managers, Amanda Birch from Iowa and Sean Brady from Virginia. We are very honored to be joined by our amazing panel tonight. Our panelists are the recipients of the Dr. Jerry Bruce and Harold Marks Awards in 2021. I'll share a brief history of the award, and then I will introduce our recipients. Our first category, the Best Long-Term Local Community Program Award, has been named in honor of Dr. Jerry Bruce, who served as the president of Idaho Junior Chamber in 1961 to 1962. Projects and programs under this award category are run by local chapters over multiple years to improve the community and extend the JCI USA mission. This award is based on the following criteria: objectives, planning, finance and execution, membership participation, community impact, impact on the local organization, and the long-term impact of the program. In no particular order, the Dr. Jerry Bruce Award recipients for outstanding long-term community programs are, from the state of Ohio, Adopt a Family, organized by the North Canton Jaycees. On our panel, we have Abigail Spraggins, who served as membership VP for the chapter and VP for the state. Next, from the state of Michigan, Putt for a Purpose, organized by JCI Ludington. On our panel, we have JCI Senator number 62527, Mary Burton, who served as the mini golf course director, and Cory Rickett, who served as management vice president. From the state of Minnesota, the 77th Annual Water Carnival, organized by the Bemidji Jaycees. The representative for this project could not attend tonight. However, Eva Fisher mentioned that you are more than welcome to contact them if you have any questions. From the state of California, Operation Gobbler, organized by the Pasadena Jaycees. On our panel, we have Phillip Arce, who served as chapter president. And from South Carolina, Kid Shopping Spree, organized by the Newberry Jaycees. On our panel, we have chapter president Lauren Folk. Let's welcome our project recipients for Dr. Jerry Bruce Memorial Award. Our next category is the Marks Award. The Harold A. Marks Award Memorial Award is the highest achievement a junior chamber chapter can attain in the JCI USA organization. The chapter receiving this award is chosen from amongst the Clarence Howard Memorial Award winners and is recognized as the most outstanding junior chamber chapter in the nation, regardless of state or number of members. The award is named in honor of Harold A. Marks, who served as national director of the Arizona Jaycees in 1935 to 1936. The 2021 Marks Chapter of the Year is from the state of Texas, the Houston International Jaycees. The Houston International Jaycees have also supported the relief efforts for Winter Storm Uri, which was recognized as the 2021 JCI USA Project of the Year. On our panel, we have Nicole Jones, who served as the chapter president. Let's welcome our chapter recipient for the Dr. Jerry Bruce Memorial Award and Project of the Year. Again, it is an honor to have all of our special guests on tonight. With that said, let's begin. This topic is for all panelists. Tell us more about your project and what it entails. And for the Marks Award, tell us more about your chapter. And anyone on the panel can start.
My name is Lauren Folk, and I was last year's chapter president for the Newberry Jaycees out of South Carolina. We did what we call a kid shopping spree with a cop. And basically what we do is we go to our local special needs and disability that has kids under the age of 14 that's on the list. And we receive them and their siblings. And we take them, we send out about November, the end of December, the end of October, beginning of November, we send a letter to all the local businesses saying that this is what we're gonna do, this is what we fund, and they get $70 to spend the way they want to. Of course, with some of them having special needs, we do ask mom or dad, is there anything they need before they get what they want? And then we either have a member of aged out JC, or we have a cop, or we have one of our members or junior JCs or other people that volunteer to help us do this. And we take the kids and we take them shopping. Then we take them back to the register and they check out. We have a local organization of a church that wraps all the gifts for us. And I will be more than willing to send out anybody a copy of this letter. All we do is just reach out to basically our privately owned businesses in our towns. And usually we get more than enough funding to where we can take all the kids and their siblings. Usually it's about 50 kids. And then also while we're in the store shopping, of course, we have JC apparel on. So they see us, they recognize us, and they ask us what we're doing. And we have had people just come and give out cash donations. And depending on certain occasions, we have been able to reach out to like local schools that have special ed classes or that need underwear or socks that kids always need when they have accidents. Because of course, when they have accidents at school, they don't return the item back, they keep it. So of course they go through them a lot. So we try to donate back to this community. And the way we keep this connection is we try to let the kids know that not all cops are bad cops, that they take them Christmas shopping. We try to get a good vibe of a cop is not always bad person. We even had one situation where a family could not get there. So we had a cop go and pick the family up and bring them to the store to go shopping. So it's a very touching moment because you build a bond with a lot of these kids every year. And we had one special family that when we went shopping for them on Saturday, the house burned that following Monday, and we went back and bought all the stuff back. And then just last year, they lost their sister. So we kind of reached out to them and let them be a little extra because they have been through so much in the last 2 years. But this is a touching annual thing that we've done for 20-something years. And all we do is take a letter to our local Walmart, asking them what we can do. We specify what we need, and they don't give us no hassles. But I will be, I can post my email address. And if anybody would like any type of letters that I send out, I'll be more than willing to send them to you. And it's, pretty much a laid back project. You send out the letters, you let them send you money, and you go to the store and you just let them shop for what they want.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you. Any questions?
All right, we'll go ahead and go to the next project. Unless there was a question.
No. Okay. So the Ludington area Jaycees own an 18-hole mini golf course right on the shores of Lake Michigan, and it operates to provide financial support for area community enrichments. It also encourages the community to support the community by playing mini golf. So our slogan is Putt, Putt for a Purpose. And due to the above normal profitable 2021 season, we brought back what we have for years. We've had a major projects Putt, Putt for a Purpose grant program to award money to nonprofit organizations in the area. And so we set $30,000 as the giveaway amount and asked for grant proposals from local groups. 5 projects were selected by the interviewing committee of Jaycees to receive a varied amount according to the project's needs and the community enrichment. So what we believe led to the success of this award-winning project was that we were able to raise the funds and donate a large amount of money for the community. And our success was recognized because of the photos. We did a lot of publicity. So I had a large check created. So we did one of those large check presentations, and then pictures were printed in the local newspaper and online. The local radio station did interviews, and they posted that on Facebook, and that got a lot of attention. It created a better community understanding of the purpose of the mini golf business and a positive view of supporting the Jaycees. So the project's an excellent example of supporting the sustainable cities and communities and empowers the local community to address community needs through collaboration. As far as the long-term impact, we have seen more and more people that recognize the purpose of the mini golf. So awareness through publicity of the Ludington area Jaycees mini golf, giving funds out to community enrichments, has increased our mini golf business. So it increases our mini golf business, which increases the amount of money that we can give away. So more nonprofit organizations are going to be sustainable, enriching our community in many ways. Many of the sustainable development goals will be supported by many organizations throughout the community, and such as the no poverty, the climate action, the good health and well-being, the zero hunger, the quality education, the sustainable cities and communities, and partnerships.
We would say we could, provide information or offer any other advice and tips on it, but because this is a business and an operation we actually get to own and operate as a JCI in Ludington, our advice would be start a business, I guess. I don't know, but it's really nice to be able to give back. We haven't been able to do major grants for a long while, but the remodel of our course in 2017 has helped. So that's and we're on track to be even bigger for next year or that end of this year. So we're very excited about this long term.
Thank you, Mary and Cory. For our next project.
I can go. Hi, I'm Abby Spraggins from Narcan Jaycees. Our project is Adopt a Family. I have been the chair for it for the last couple of years, again this year. It started when we started partnering where I used to work. We partnered up with them and would help with a couple families each year and continued our growth. Back in 2020, they were no longer able to do it. So all of a sudden about end of November, we found out we were solely flying the project, taking on the families that they were doing besides the ones that we said. So since then, we partner with a couple of the local school districts, and we work with their liaisons to find families that need help at Christmas time, and we adopt them. This year, we're doing about 12 between the school districts and a couple that reach out to us directly. And then we also work with them for several other things. We have homeless teens. So they're basically teenagers that bounce around from house to house. So we try to get them gift cards so they have some for food, to get some items and everything like that. So they'll work with them with that. And then we also work with them with toy giveaway drives, because they'll do a lot of food giveaway programs. So Christmas time, we'll partner up with that. So this year we're looking about 4 of those. So I just got the numbers in, it's pretty high. So we start with that. With donations and stuff like that, we set up with local businesses throughout the community. We have this year 6 collection sites, so people can drop off toys. They'll also drop off sometimes clothing items, winter clothing, because we'll do that too. We'll always ask if the kids need it and provide it for them. And then we write letters to our local businesses, seeing if any of them want to be sponsors or give. The one year Chick-fil-A came, they gave us a whole carload of toys. So I mean, it just depends on the year what they'll give, everything like that. And then throughout the year, we'll do a couple of fundraisers, 50-50, etc. So we'll do that throughout it and everything. So it's grown through the years. It keeps growing. So it's exciting. It's great because we get so many different businesses and people to come together with us, and everything. Like we participate in the city's Winterfest program. So it's like the big tree line, everything at the beginning of December. So they let us have a little refreshment booth there. So we'll collect donations there to go to the program.
Abigail, I have a question. It sounds like a really great project. You said you have some drop-off sites with businesses. Who do you collaborate with? Like, who do you decide would be getting more donation for that location? How do you guys decide that?
Some of it has just been trial and error. Like we always have one at the Chamber of Commerce, but that doesn't always have as much traffic. But we've done a couple local banks. The YMCA has always been a good collection site for us. This year we started doing some local restaurants, not just with Adopt a Family, but our other programs too, like Oktoberfest. So some of them are the same for both, but like there's a local restaurant. So we kind of just see certain sites. We kind of just know what's good traffic wise in and out. And then some of them is like trial and error see and stuff. But right now that at this time of year, there are certain places that like already have like the angel giving tree and stuff like that. So that's makes it a little harder sometimes.
And what's the 50-50 fundraiser you mentioned?
So we do a couple different times. So like this year we did it at our Easter egg hunt and we did it at our fair. We've done it before 4th of July. So we literally have a 50-50 drawing. So half of it goes to the Adopt a Family program and half goes to the winner. A lot of times they'll give back to it, but we literally just sell raffle tickets for 50-50. We also do raffle baskets as well. So the ticket sales from that go to our program.
Thank you, Abby.
You're welcome.
For our next project, so it looks like we still have Operation Gobbler or Project Winter Storm Uri.
I suppose I can go next. Hello, everybody. My name is Phillip Arce. I was the 92nd president of the Pasadena Jaycees last year in 2021. The project that I'm talking about is Operation Gobbler. First off, thank you very much for having us all here to speak about our projects that were very, very, that are near and dear to us. And congratulations to everybody here, the fellow, my fellow award recipients. The work that you do is fantastic, and hearing about them all is very, very inspiring to hear. Operation Gobbler is one of our I believe our second longest standing project for the past 37 years. We've been running this project to help collect food goods to provide during the Thanksgiving season. This project always happens on the Sunday prior to Thanksgiving. We provide a complete Thanksgiving meal, ranging from a complete frozen turkey, canned goods, boxed goods such as mashed potatoes, gravy, green beans, vegetables, that type of deal. And we've been doing this for the past 37 years and as a collaboration with the local organization called the Friends and Deeds House, which provides services, homeless assistance services, a food pantry, as well as a women's shelter. This is the project that actually brought me into the Jaycees. I've always believed that this has always been my favorite project, and I truly do believe that no family should go without a Thanksgiving meal, and give thanks for all the blessings that we have throughout the year, and that things such as living under the poverty line should ever bar anybody from being able to have a Thanksgiving meal. I would say we also run this project in cooperation with our local city council members, many of whom contribute to this project annually. Last year, we fed about 255 families complete Thanksgiving meals. I would say the number one contributing element to the success of this program over the years has basically been our members themselves. This is one of our chapter's, marquee programs, and a lot of our Jaycees, past and present, come out of the woodwork to participate in this program. One that I can actually think in particular is Mr. Jay Reinhardt, who has been contributing to this project ever since its start 37 years ago. And I would say the long-term impact of our project is, for our individual members and our chapter, it's being that this has become one of our long-standing traditions, is that it really does help to activate our membership, keep them involved, keep them engaged with the community. For the community itself, this project does bring to light a lot of issues such as food scarcity, and it brings a lot of attention to our local services, as well as, aside from the Jaycees, but our local services that provide vital services to our poor communities and our homeless community members. I love this project so much, and to be recognized earlier this year at the year-end convention in Myrtle Beach, the Dr. Jerry Bruce Award, just obviously is very, very heartwarming to me. So this year we're actually expanding our operations this year. Rather than giving meals to just 255 families, we're actually nearly doubling that and aiming to provide meals up to 400 families this year. Not only are we working with our local city council members and once again the Friends Indeed House, our long-standing contributors, but we're also enlisting the help of some of our local state assembly members, namely Chris Holden, who is pledging to provide food for 100 families, included in the 400 on our roster. So thank you so much for letting me speak on this. And if any of you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Or if you want to just reach out to me in private, I can go ahead and put my email in the chat. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Phillip. And next we have Houston International Jaycees.
Well, first up, I'm very overwhelmed with all the great success from all these different wonderful chapters that, I remember the awards, but just hearing what you guys have done for so long. So I'm here to represent the Houston International Jaycees. I was the president last year in 2021, and we had a project, or really it was Project Winter Yuri. So within that overall project, we actually held up to 5 different things. So to give you some background, we started off in 21 with a bang when the winter storm pretty much took over Texas, some part of Louisiana, in February, that we have never had before in Texas, to our knowledge. So as we came back and we took a couple of days off, my team, my wonderful board of directors team, came together and said, what do we want to do? We as Houston have a great history of sort of with natural disasters the last couple of years. So part of the success we had was having past presidents, past senators who came to us, who we went for advice. And the first thing we did was we held a virtual hall to all our members, past members, to see what they thought we would do. So we wanted to get our members involved by getting their voice in. So based on that, we decided to do the Winter Storm Uri Grant and Release Program. And so that was the next one. So we were able to raise money, but, and this is guys, to let you know, what we did was we raised $2,500 and we submitted a grant application to JCI USA Foundation, and they matched us. We had $5,000. So we have always done that in the past. So that also helps us to triple or double the amount of money we could help. So that's another great resource for all chapters to use, to have. And then what we did was we decided, okay, we're going to select 10 families and they would have an application process. And so either we could help pay for a bill, pay for something in their house. Like, for example, one man, he came to he bought a brand new water heater that got destroyed during the winter storm. So that's a long-term effect. Or play new flooring, new ceilings. We also help them with some of their bills to reshape their home. Like one lady, she had to put in all new cabinetry, which could be very expensive, in her kitchen. And so what we did was we had that and we spread it out as much as we could. We put it on, like you said, we put it on Facebook groups. We put it on some other charities who are helping out, churches, YMCAs. We did ask our local councilmen to put it on their newspaper or their newsletter for email out. And so we waited. Part of that other project we had was JCI Texas Senator, his house got burned down. So we actually went 4 times to do a cleanup because his house was really gone. So we went 4 times from the end of February to April to help clean up as much as you can to salvage anything you could. And so that was part of it. And so we got our application in, we did a review. And so I think the success is that even though Winter Storm Uri was very different, we have actually have archive past projects. One was Hurricane Harvey, and also other things. We had those applications already done for us. We just had to revamp them, or letters. So my advice is, if you guys have any projects you have and want to maybe do that, have a library. We have a Google Drive all set up. And so why this was a great success, one is because of our team. We had members coming out, past senators who helped us, advice, donations, and just doing what we can. And the long-term effect was it helped our members like Gabriella. She helped lead this project. This was one of our first really big projects. It helped her to grow as a member. And then just a long-term effect is we help people, start rebuilding their homes. And the one thing I say is that you probably have this already, but say whatever you can for future members to have. So that will help you. And also the PMGs. The PMGs really did help us step by step, because we had the calendar. We said, okay, what's the next that we had to do? And also it helps that to get the it helps with the JCI USA grant application to get those funds. But like I said, it's really just, even though we impacted maybe 10 families, it still was a great thing, and just doing that great. So thank you. Do you guys have any questions for me? All right. If you guys have any questions, I'll put my personal email in there so you can reach out to me.
Thank you, Nicole. So next question for the entire panel. Some of you have already shared some of this, but reflecting on your experience organizing your project, what do you believe contributed to your project's success to being recognized as an award-winning project? And I'll let anyone on the panel start off.
I mean, I know with us, we always find a way to help out. Like last year, we had 2 families come in, like one a couple weeks before and one like a week before Christmas. So we found a way to help them out, everything like that. So, I mean, it is difficult sometimes to scramble up and figure out, but sometimes you can find that, you know, last minute business or something to help you get out with the project, everything like that. I mean, a lot of our chapter comes together, they help out, donate and stuff like that. I mean, my chapter president is on here and stuff. She came over and played Rap Central because my house becomes the North Pole is the joke, Santa's workshop, because everything is in my house for it. So till it goes out to get delivered. But yeah, I think that's the thing is like, you know, you can pull it off. It might be a little stressful, but if you put it your mind to it and stuff like that, you can pull it off.
Thank you, Abby.
I suppose I can go next. As I was saying before, the number one contributing factor into the success of this program over the years has been our members, but I can actually go into a little bit more detail about that. Aside from, you know, activating our current and past membership to contribute to this program, we do run our project concurrently with another one of our projects called our internship program, which we bring in like about a dozen high school age students who are part of the intern project to provide us with the manpower to find ways to collect either, you know, direct you know, donations, whether it be monetary or food parcel wise. You know, we also task them to do things like, you know, create a PMG for, you know, their own project. And I would say another contributing factor to the success of this program is the connections that we've been able to have, that we were able to make and maintain over the years with our partner over at Friends Indeed, as well as our local city authorities, and getting on a first name basis with your local city authorities, such as your city council members and state assembly members and local representatives is a big resource, either that they can help either bring attention to your program, or at the very also provide directly to the program with donations and further manpower. One of our biggest contributors used to sit on the city council. His name is Councilman John Kennedy, not to be confused with obviously JFK, but for many years he would provide about 50 to 100 turkeys every year. Unfortunately, just a few months ago, Councilman Kennedy did pass away. He was a very big legendary figure in our city, who was very beloved by his constituents. But stepping in his place is our local state assemblyman Chris Holden, who volunteered to come in and donate and also be able to volunteer on the day of event this year. And not only that, he also challenged us to even up our goal. You know, we were originally going to try to provide food for up to 300 families. He said, "I'll do this if you do it. If you bring the number up to 400, and I'll provide assistance for about 30% of the project." And so, you know, through the combined efforts of the Friends of Deed House, our local members, and as well as our local authorities, just being able to get a community together to help the homeless during the Thanksgiving season is it's astounding to me. Just, you know, I've been a part of this program for nearly 10 years, and every year this project gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And of course, you know, there's always the wonder if we're going to be able to you know, if it's going to be sustainable to take on all this growth. But yet, year after year, seeing everybody come together and make the project more and more successful every year is just, it's amazing to me. So that is just, I would say, it's the community, Jaycees and non-Jaycees alike. They make this project happen. They make it possible, and it's amazing to me how much we're able to grow from this every year. So thank you.
Phillip, I have a quick question, because I think the biggest thing I heard that is your connection to your local council and you said your state assembly. How did you make that connection with them? Because like, I know with Houston and Pasadena, we're pretty big cities. So how did you have that connection? Because I just want to learn from that.
It's all about building and maintaining relationships. With all of our projects, we always reach out to them for every project every year. We invite them to all of our projects, and even our annual awards, you know, you know, gala that we throw every year. But it's you know, it's all about getting on a first name basis with them, and through those channels, we're able to kind of reach out to more and more and more as the years go by, as we are building our network of people that we work with. And so over the years, over the past several decades, we've had a very, very kind of close working relationship with City Hall, trying to, you know, going from, you know, attending every single, you know, Chamber of Commerce meeting to attending, occasionally attending city council meetings, and just reaching out and saying, hey, this is what we want to do for our community. Is there anything that you can do to help us out? Or is there anything that we can do for you? Is there any need that any other projects that you may be throwing on your end that we can assist with? So getting on a first name basis with them, and just continually keep them in the loop of everything that you're doing as a chapter is quite vital. And once you're able to do that, just all the things that we're able to achieve together is you know, it works so well. And yeah, thank you for asking. That's a very good question. I hope I answered it.
No, you did. I really like that. And that's actually really great to actually go to the local chamber meetings and say, hey, we're a resource for the city, but you know, like what do you guys need from us? I think that's really great too. I guess I'll go next. I did share why this was award-winning project. One, because there was a natural disaster, which Houston gets every couple of years. I said this, I'll refrain back, is that keep your resources with you. That you guys have said, like, adopt a family, you have connection with that. Someone else said they have letters they send to businesses. Those are really great ways to apply to different projects. So we had similar projects like Hurricane Harvey, and so we use a lot of that. And we just saved that. And we also went to advice of our past, either if maybe the member aged out, we always go to those project leaders and get their advice and intake, because it's a different disaster, but it's very similar to what we're doing. So the success we had was just our wealth of history, our knowledge, our resources, past members, past leaders who were so helpful for us doing that. Because with Jaycees, we say, hey, can you help me here? Like, oh yeah, sure. That's a really great way about that, and just the lasting impact too. Doing what we can, and because we really try to reach as much as we could in Houston, because Houston is so wide. I mean, we have people from North Houston, South Houston, which is like, you don't think that's much, but I think from going to Galveston up to the Woodlands, be hour and a half, maybe, without traffic. So we try to reach as much areas as we could. So other than that, I'll turn it over back to someone else.
All right, I can go a little bit more then. I know the big success of our project is our mini golf. It is a business that we operate and run in Ludington. I know we're, I think, the only JC organization that has a business. And it's because of that we can do all this. Throughout our season, every Monday, 30% of all profits goes back to a charitable organization. Every Friday, 100% of our profits go towards our Freedom Festival event that we do to pay for the fireworks. And then at the end of the year, after we give away all those, that's when we figure out how much above and beyond what we expected we did, that we can then turn around and give back to the community. So to promote our mini golf helps the community, and that's what we push, and that's what we try to drive people in and try to hold as many events down there and just get as much recognition as we can for individuals to show up at our mini golf, because every dollar spent there will eventually end up back into that community. That's what it's there for, and that's what we strive for. Mary's gonna have to help me. I don't remember when we actually got the mini golf in our operation.
So, yeah, the mini golf started actually in 1967. And that was the sole purpose, is to give back to the community. So I'm down at the mini golf, and I, make sure that I tell the customers, like when it's a specific charity Monday, thanks for coming and playing mini golf, and 30% of your gameplay is being donated to the foster family program, or the, petunias on the avenue, and the customers are like, really? Oh, well, we're really glad we came to golf, So we see a lot of customers coming to play specifically on Mondays, and specifically on Fridays. The Fridays, everyone wants the fireworks shot over Lake Michigan, and we have the parade. And so, and they, might not think they can give a big donation, but if they can come with their family and play mini golf, and 100% of that money gets donated to the next year's fireworks, the people really are like, this is like a no-brainer. I'm going to come and play mini golf, have a great time, and know that my money is being used in other ways of the community.
Yeah. So if anybody needs help setting up a mini golf, we're really good at operating it now. Since we've been doing it since 1967. Dependent on state laws and business operations. But other than that, yeah, that's our biggest reason for the success in the long-term aspect, is we have this source of income. I know a lot of groups in our area ask all the same businesses, because we have so few for money for everything. And we didn't want to be that continual drain on all our businesses saying, hey, we need more money. We have enough other projects we have to do that with. So we're happy that we have our mini golf and we can utilize it. The city has been kind enough to give us a 100-year lease, it feels like at this point, for $1. That's our property to do what we need with it. And we, it's helped a lot.
And Ludington, Michigan is a tourist town. So in the summertime, our population triples. Most of the people that come into Ludington are, it might be their second home or their vacation type of location. So, and we are right on the shore of Lake Michigan. So they might spend a little time at the beach and then just walk down to the mini golf. So we have a phenomenal location, beautiful sunsets. It is definitely a destination for many people.
Thank you, everyone. So I have one more question for all our panelists, but I know we have other members on this call. I will open up to the floor if anyone wants to ask our panelists anything.
I wanted to ask Cory and Mary real quick. I don't know if I caught it fully, but you said something about being the only business or like Jaycees that are a business. Is that what you guys said?
It was my understanding, or at least how I saw it, that there aren't another JC chapter that actually operates a business.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I mean, we're still the 501c 6 or 9, depending on how you organized your chapter. But we actually operate a business. So we have payroll taxes and all these other issues and yeah.
Any other questions? All right, so I'll ask the panelists. And some of you did already mention a little bit of it, but your projects do make a difference in your communities. What do you see as the long-term impact of your project? And then I'll open up to anyone who'd like to start.
If no one else is jumping forward, I mean, we can finish it up here since it's the last question. So the long-term impact of our project, in 2021, most of the grant requests that came through were some playground equipment to finish for a daycare, some sculptures that were around the area. I don't know if, so we have the Scottville Clown Band is a huge project for the neighboring town, and they're building a new pavilion, and we tried to give them enough money to set them beyond what they were trying to raise so they could start on that project. So these are all things that'll stay in the community for many years to come. And so for 2022, we had a 5% increase in revenue. So we're able to raise our amount from 30,000 to 40,000 that we'll give back to the community this year. And we went from 5 requests to 12 requests for grants. A lot of these grants deal with food and helping feed kids and other issues in the area. So if we can keep moving mini golf forward, hopefully we can keep benefiting our community with these large chunks of money, because $30,000 into our small community it goes a long way, and it really shows a lasting impact.
Mhm.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Ludington, like I said, it triples in size population, but Ludington itself is only, I think, 12,000 people in the town. So it's a small town, but we are making a big difference. And so since 1967, the mini golf has donated over $350,000 back into the community.
Thank you, Mary and Cory.
So I think because this is actually part of the application process, application award. Sorry, this is actually a question, I think, on the award application about the long impact. So a lot of us have talked about how these projects have helped the community. I know that Phillip, he actually reflected about how the Operation Gobbler has a long impact on the chapters, right? Because why do we do these projects? One is because it brings in members. You guys have long-standing projects that are well known. Ours, it's these awards also are a way we can establish ourselves. Like you guys are maybe a little town where I'm in Houston, which is, I'm not sure if it's the third or fourth largest city in Texas. So how do we stand out? So we always say, hey, we won this award. Gabrielle won this award, Richard won this award, and it trains us like, well, how does running this project help you in life? Well, it helps you in management, in your career, or in anything. So these projects also have a long-term effect based on the individuals who help run them, organize them, membership growth, and getting the name out and making those connections. Like you said, making those long-term connections, like with City Hall, with those local businesses that you can go to. And so I think with us, it's just, just getting our name out there, and it piques people's interest. A lot of times when we have our monthly events, we'll say, hey, we won this award, everything. Like, oh, that sounds really great. And it gets people in the door. And so that way we can spark their interest. So I think with these sort of things, it's a really great way to get back also to the chapters and to the members, saying, look at what you guys did, look at the awards. So that's my take on it.
Thank you, Nicole.
I mean, spin off of that, like, yeah, it helps. We get a lot of our life members involved, ones that have aged out will come help in some capacity. We work a lot of times with our other chapters will come help at our Winterfest event, or they offered to help wrap. So we're getting our other chapters, our members highly involved. It has helped us grow our relation with different partners and businesses in the community, even the city, because they keep inviting us back every year to do Winterfest so we can raise funds for our program. It's getting us stronger partnerships with the school districts, trying to help them out. But everyone talks about the community impact. It really does. Because was it last year, one of the first families that I helped when I started with the program back in, I think it was 15 or 16, actually came out, and they were donating now because they said, we were well off. This really helped us. Because I remember they had lost everything to a fire. So we really tried to help them and everything like that. And it's great now seeing it come full fold, and they're coming back and helping and want to know what else they can do. And that's what so many of these families, and I know even the kids with some of the stuff, they're like, what can I do to help when we deliver the gifts and everything? And I would just tell them, one day, just pay it forward when you're able to. So it's been rewarding seeing that some of the families or kids that I've seen are coming back and helping now.
Thank you, Abby. And I believe we have Operation Gobbler.
So as Nicole was saying, yes, it definitely has a long-term impact on our chapter. This project has definitely become not just a project, but also a tradition of ours. And it really helps activate our current membership, bring in new members from two various sources, either through word of mouth of not only this program, but from our current membership, bringing in their friends to join in and help out. As I was saying earlier, we run this concurrently with our intern project. Through the success of that program, in conjunction with Operation Gobbler, many of those interns, when they do become of age, actually we've found success by once they become of age, they do join the chapter. As far as the long-term impact on the community, aside from benefiting the chapter and helping those that we aim to serve, through the success of this program, through our various connections, and even through our local news media outlets, which we write copy for to advertise for this project. It brings into focus not only the plight of our homeless communities, but also spotlights our local our local resources and organizations that do help to fight poverty, and spotlight their ability to provide vital services to our community. I will say, I will add one more thing, which is actually kind of funny, if not a little maddening. As I was saying, we work with also local businesses through our students to help solicit donations. Our students used to go solicit donations in front of large supermarkets. One of those supermarkets, I don't remember if it was Vaughn's, or I don't remember if it was Ralph's. They used to let us volunteer there on a weekly basis, and in the weekends leading up to the day of event. They work with us for years. When all of a sudden, 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was a year before the pandemic, they're saying, "Hey, I'm really sorry. We're not going to be able to let you, solicit donations for your project this year because we started one of our own." So our project is called Operation Gobbler. Their project is actually called Operation Gobble Gobble, which is kind of upsetting, but at the same time, imitation is the highest form of flattery. So, I guess through a different lens, just seeing the impact that we have made on our communities, that other organizations and businesses want to start one of their own, is I guess in its own way a very positive thing. But I guess the point of pride is, well, hey, we're the originators of the project. We started it. And we're the ones that have the support of our local city hall. So that I would say that's just like the funny thing I'll add to the long-term impact of our project. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Phillip. Thank you, everyone. I am absolutely inspired by the impact in your communities. I know there may be some questions in the future from our members. If any of the panelists would like to serve as a resource, feel free to place your contact information in the chat. But overall, I'd like to thank our amazing panelists tonight for joining us. Abigail Spraggins from Ohio, Mary Burden and Cory Rickett from Michigan, Phillip Arce from California, Lauren Folk from South Carolina, and Nicole Jones from Texas. Congrats again on your awards and the impact in your community. I'd like to thank our members who could join us tonight, and I'd like to thank our 2022 awards program managers, Amanda and Sean, as they get everything ready for the 2022 award year. I encourage everyone to please reach out if you have any questions about this upcoming award season. And thank you again, everyone. As Jaycees, let's continue to celebrate the impact of our amazing community projects across the nation. Thank you again, everyone.